The Biden administration spent $86 million to house illegal migrants in hotels. Meanwhile, Americans aren't even receiving their third stimulus check for $1,400. It's almost like the Biden administration cares more about foreigners that violate our laws than actual American citizens.
That's messed up.
Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, and today on the internet, we're going to be talking about the massive failures of the Biden administration on the border. You see, ever since Biden became president, we've had a massive crisis at the border caused by the Democrats removing Trump's policies to protect the border wall, rules and regulations that made sense, that were common sense. They got rid of them all because Orange Man bad. And now we face a border crisis the likes of which this country has never seen. They're predicting that over 100,000 people are going to be showing up at the border trying to illegally enter our country. One of the migrants even said, it will never ever stop. America, it seems, is doomed. Now we're going to talk about this, folks, and more, but before we do, remember to smash that like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and be sure to share this video. And now, a quick word from our sponsor. Introducing the Vavad series by author Kyle B. Stiff. Learn the true based and red-pilled history of Vlad the Impaler. You see, the true history of Vlad the Impaler was not taught to you in schools. Slandered by propaganda and rewritten in history, Vlad the Impaler was actually a very different person. Now, this unknown history has a lot to do about religious wars. Vlad was not the villain that history paints him as. You can get the Vavoid book series here on Amazon by clicking the link down below. You can get the whole series for $11.96. Get yours today. And we're back. Here on the Washington Examiner, it says, the Biden administration has awarded an $86 million contract to a Texas nonprofit organization to house 1,000 migrants in hotel rooms. Not only that, this contract is to house them for 6 months. Let me remind you, we are passing stimulus bill after stimulus bill, printing billions of dollars. This is going to cause inflation, devalue our currency, and crash the economy. And all we're getting is a measly $1,400 check. Now, I know $1,400 is a lot of money. It certainly is for me. But I also know that it is nothing in comparison to the billions of dollars they're giving to rich corporations and other countries. How can we, a country who is suffering under the pandemic, where so many people are out of work, where families have lost their jobs, how can we take better care of other people's citizens than our own? There's something very, very wrong with that. But it gets worse. The contracts come after border officials warned that an unprecedented number of children, 117,000, will arrive at the U.S.-Mexico border in 2021. Unaccompanied minors arrived during the 2019 crisis on the southwestern border. Now, why did all of this happen? Well, it's very simple. The Joe Biden administration and the Democrats have removed Trump's policies that were designed to protect America. First, they stopped construction of the border wall. Then, they removed the rule by Trump that people waiting for asylum to America had to wait outside of America. Now they're just letting them in. Oh, I'm sure they won't wander off or get lost. It is the stupidest thing ever. And yet that is exactly what Biden is doing. Here in the Daily Mail, it's not going to stop ever. Migrant apprehended by Border Patrol in Texas warns flood of asylum seekers will continue to worsen under Biden. So straight from the horse's mouth. This reminds me a lot of that Smash Mouth meme, where the migrants just keep on coming.
Well, the years start coming and they don't stop 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 coming and they don't stop.
The truth about the Biden administration is that it is a massive failure. Their refusal to deal with the problem at the border has led to a situation where migrants think they can just come over and will never ever stop. Here on the Gateway Pundit, definitely not, in quotation marks, illegal alien, tells ABC's Martha Raddatz he would never have tried to cross the border when Donald Trump was president. Now, this is very telling. In this video, a migrant basically says, I came to the country because Biden was president, because Biden is an idiot. Biden said that we will welcome all the asylum seekers. In other words, literally everybody, because everyone is just going to claim that they're seeking asylum. Oh, I'm running from my country. We have a lower standard of living. I mean, come on, man. Our houses only have one bathroom. We only have 5,000 TV channels. America has way more. We are truly oppressed. And I also don't legitimately care if they are asylum seekers. I don't care. I don't care where you are from. The fact of the matter is, you are illegally trying to enter another country without going through the lawful process. Why should you be allowed to invade a country that isn't yours? It is an invasion in the sense that these people are invading our borders without permission. That is what an invasion is. When somebody breaks into your house, you call it a home invasion. Well, this is a home invasion on the level of the entire country. Now, I wanted to play this video for you, but for some spooky reason, it does not play on Twitter. It's just an endless loading screen. Could it possibly be that Twitter was so butt mad over this that they actually froze the video? Serge says, it's the only video on my timeline that won't load for me for some reason. Basically, yeah, in this interview, Martha Raddatz asks an illegal alien, would you have tried this when Trump was president? He says, definitely not. And then she asks, did you come here because Joe Biden was president? And the illegal says, basically, yeah. Now, according to Biden's DH secretary, the border is closed. Here in the Daily Mail, Biden's DHS secretary claims that the crisis is under control and that migrants, except lone children, are being expelled, as he repeatedly blames Trump for dismantling the safe and orderly immigration process. How dare they? The absolute buffoonery, the sham foolery, the bam wazzle booery of this statement. You know, there's an old meme on the right that the left always projects, but this really takes the cake. They are claiming that Trump is at fault for the border crisis because he dismantled the immigration process. No! Biden removed Trump's policies protecting the border that were working. The wall was working. Sending people out of the country was working. Having strict border control was working. Biden removed all that. Democrats removed all that. And are you telling me they're going to blame the big bad orange man for their epic failures? Give me a break, you absolute buffoons. Now, down in the comment section, Planner Mom says, the Dems are crazy. Who allows their country to be invaded? They just want votes and don't care about their citizens or the people coming illegally into the country. Just votes. And I believe that is the full story. All the Democrats care about is power, and they are willing to do literally anything to get that power, including selling out American citizens and stabbing you in the back. Tibbet 4 says, blaming this disaster on Trump is absolutely disgusting. Dark Twilight Knight says, if allowing this to happen is not treason, I do not know what is. Dana Joe says, Trump closed the border, Biden opened it. If you believe otherwise, then you believe the Pope is black and the world is flat. Anyone claiming it is Trump's fault needs psychiatric help. Bravo. Bravo. Because I believe that pretty much sums it up. Trump closed the border. Biden opened the border. Biden put down the welcome mat for millions of people to flood into a country that is already suffering. We are on the verge of total economic failure. The stock market will collapse. The housing market will collapse. The dollar will plummet. Are you ready to pay twice as much for a loaf of bread and milk? Because that's what's coming. We are headed towards a disaster of epic proportions, and it's not going to be pretty. All because the Democrats and Biden are absolutely incompetent fools and allowing this to happen. All of these people, I don't care. You can't just come to our country to try and steal our resources. Resources are finite. What was it that Thanos said? The earth is finite. Its resources are finite. We cannot afford to take care of the entire world. It's that simple. Here in the following picture, taken by the AP, A donated campaign flag for U.S. President Joe Biden flies over tents at a makeshift camp of migrants at the border port of entry leading to the United States on Wednesday. I literally could not say more.